The Bush name is synonymous with GOP politics in America, producing two presidents of the United States, as well as the former governor of Florida. And now the next generation of the political dynasty is set to make its mark as George P. Bush has announced his run for Attorney General of the Lone Star State. But the media is wasting no time attacking his support for former President Trump and the modern conservative movement, blasting the candidate and saying that he is betraying his family in an effort to appease Trump. George P. Bush, candidate for Texas Attorney General, joins me now to respond. Our first conversation, great to have you here. George, thank you very much for joining me.
Great to be with you.
Now, obviously, I'm a big supporter of President Trump. I heard from a lot of people knowing that you would be on this evening. To ask you, how can you convince, we appreciated your support for President Trump. We watched that happen when it did, when he was running for president. People hear the name Bush and have a variety of different opinions and feelings, emotionally and politically, because sometimes we can agree to disagree. What do you say to the Trump supporters watching this program, that you're different, that you're not, let's say, a Trojan horse, that you're not saying what needs to be said at the time, which many politicians do, in order to curry favor? How do you explain yourself being a Bush and the unique one in the midst of today's political environment?
Well, Tammy, thank you so much for having me. You know, it's the same response when I first ran for office in 2014, and that is that it's my name on the ballot. I'm my own man. I'm going to be on the phone if I'm elected as Attorney General and take that call late at night if a Border Patrol official falls in the line of duty, or if a law enforcement official also falls. By the way, that's four so far this year in the state of Texas. And so when I talk about my record, whether it's as land commissioner or my support of Trump, you know, I just stick to the facts. The fact is that in 2016, I was one of the first statewide elected officials to come out and support him. I raised $1.5 million in support of Republican candidates with him at the top of the ticket. And it was a high watermark for Republican Party politics in the state of Texas. And in 2020, I boldly declared that Trump was the only thing standing between our country, the American people, and socialism. And lo and behold, I've turned out to be correct, with over $30 trillion in total spending, $6 trillion in just next year's annual budget. So when you look at my policies, I'm all about America first. Trump is the center of the Republican Party. I'm my own man. I support him, and we need to carry on that legacy, capture the lightning that he brought to the Republican Party so that we can help all of our fellow Republicans down ballot.
So through the holiday season this year, you're the son of Jeb Bush. The conversations must be fascinating. You're very strong, very distinct in your support for the president. We know that many members of your family do not like him. Is there been any pressure on you? Do you not have those conversations? How do you handle that?
Well, I think we're just like any American family in that we have our differences of opinion, whether it's with respect to President Trump, whether it's respect to hot button issues of the day. But I just have my own vision, my own plan, my own track record here in Texas. I think I've won over a few souls just because of the first 150 days or so of the Biden and Harris presidency and White House and administration. I think with more time and more policies that come from D.C., probably win over a few more hearts and souls.
Well, hopefully maybe some of those people would have the last name of Bush, because we need some more of your family to understand the power of President Trump and what can happen for the American people in this process. I mean, I think that's what we're looking for. So this election is 2022 for Attorney General, running against the current Attorney General, Paxton. You feel comfortable doing that? You got support? You think you have the support for that?
I do. I think Texans deserve to have a choice. You know, in 1976, Ronald Reagan ran against an incumbent president because he felt that in the wake of a terrible political scandal in our own party that conservatives should have a choice. And I believe that here in Texas, Republicans should have that choice as well.
All righty. Well, congratulations. Thank you very much. I'm sure I'll see you again.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.